Welcome to the Knight Center for Environmental Journalism at Michigan State University. The Knight Center has existed since 1994 with the explicit purpose of training journalists to cover the environment. The environment is important, and everything that happens to it affects us all. That's why it's so important for journalists to know how to report on the environment, and the Knight Center teaches them how to do just that. The Knight Center organized its first conference in the fall of 1995 under the supervision of director and award-winning journalist Jim Detjen.
Studies show overwhelmingly that most of what the public knows about environmental issues comes from professional journalists. So we feel that by training journalists to do an accurate job, to do a fair job, to report about the complexities of the issues, they were really serving society very importantly.
The Knight Center's rapid growth created the need for an associate director, and in 2003, Dave Polson came on board. Like Jim Detjen, Polson is an award-winning environmental journalist and brings yet another real-world perspective to running a program such as this.
I think what our real mission is to take journalists of all kinds and make them aware of the environmental angle, no matter what they cover. And it is you can go across any beat in a newspaper or any kind of issue that television is covering, and you can find the roots of most of those things in environmental and resource issues. So the more that we can make journalists of all kinds aware of those, the more we're going to have a better informed public.
In March 1997, they published their first newsletter, EJ News. And in 2002, the first issue of EJ Magazine was published by the Center.
EJ Magazine is the flagship publication of the Knight Center. It's what we hand out at conferences. It's what we send out to every journalism school in America. And it is really unique. There are no other magazines of its type.
EJ Magazine has been just a fantastic experience for me. Having that experience has really just taught me the magazine industry and what goes into publishing something, from the very first planning meeting to the last label you stick on the magazine before you put it in the mail.
Really, the overall best thing about it is the real-world experience that you're able to gather from working on a real publication rather than, just some class projects or something to that aspect.
Published each semester, EJ gives students an opportunity to cover environmental issues and to be part of a highly praised environmental journalism publication.
It also was named the best student-produced magazine in the Midwest by the Society of Professional Journalists, and a number of our students who have written for it have won national awards in the Hearst competition.
What exactly does the Knight Center offer? Its various programs serve students and professional journalists alike. Graduate students may obtain a master's degree in journalism, as well as a recently announced specialization in environmental journalism.
One of the things that Knight Center classes teach you to do that other journalism classes don't always get around to teaching you how to do is how to interview scientists and then use those interviews in your stories appropriately. I think the only way you learn that is by going in and practicing it, and the only way you can go in and practice it is if you have a class that requires you to do that a lot.
I took 10 different reporters, and we wrote a series on the environmental impacts of the Big Ten universities. It was a good experience.
Covering 5,200 acres, MSU lives on the banks of the Red Cedar River, and its campus includes areas of forest preservation and extensive green spaces. It is in this environment that students at the Knight Center learn.
I teach a class called Environmental Investigative Reporting, and one of our early projects was we took a look at a watershed, a local watershed, the one that feeds into the Red Cedar River, which goes right through here in campus. And we did a lot of type of reporting that you would do as a real journalist.
Over the course of my time here, I've taken a lot of courses in environmental journalism, and I found them all to be very educational and inspirational.
These programs of study include courses in environmental journalism, both in print and video.
Another program that we've just launched with Lou D'Aria, who's a veteran broadcast journalist, is a television program that will be aired on WKAR. We hope this will be a regular, ongoing, student-produced program, also of high quality, that will enable our students to get good jobs in the television industry.
The class is based on a magazine that the environmental journalism folks here put out called EJ Magazine. We're taking the stories based out of the stories that are in the magazine and turning them into television shows. If you're interested in doing long-form video production, I think it's a really good opportunity to do some really high-quality work.
For journalists, the Knight Center provides valuable resources and an excellent variety of learning experiences.
I believe that the Knight Center for Environmental Journalism at Michigan State University is the finest center of its kind in the country. I believe now we have the largest program, and I also believe that we have the best track record for placing our journalism students into some excellent jobs. A great many of our students have been very successful and have gone on to some excellent careers. We have students who are now working at National Geographic magazine, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the Detroit Free Press, National Public Radio, Public Broadcasting Service, and many other news organizations.
The goal of journalism is to inform, and to inform, we must first understand. At the Knight Center, you can do just that. Begin to understand the environment, as well as how to write about it.
So if you come to study with the Knight Center, okay, we'll tell you how to communicate and we'll help you with that. But part of our job is to get you outside of the Knight Center, to get you looking at some of the other resources that Michigan State University has so that you can understand ecology, so that you can understand policy, so you can understand environmental law, and figure out how to weave all that together into a report, a news report that it communicates quickly, maybe even entertainingly, but in a way that the public can understand these very complex issues.
So come visit us, either here at MSU in East Lansing, Michigan, or online at ej.msu.edu. The Knight Center. We help journalists cover the Earth.